Hello and welcome to House News. The Indonesian palm oil producers lamented over the government's crude palm oil export ban and stated the policy harmed not only palm businesses but also for farmers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, seniors had priority to perform the pilgrimage. Now the new rule from the Saudi Arabian government, only those under the age of 65 are allowed to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam. Do you know how much living with a pet can do for humans? Pets can actually improve physical and mental well-being of the owner. Let's find out some great reasons why it's good to have an animal companion. European Union and Indonesia cooperation has deepened over the years. All along the journey, the Union has been a strong and committed development partner for Indonesia. The salary budget for government employees with a work arrangement is still a polemic. Commission 10 of the House highlights 1 million teacher program, which seems to burden regional budget. If you're wondering what to do in Sulawesi, then visiting Ramang-RAMMANG village should be on top of your list. Ramang-RAMMANG feels like a dreamland above the clouds with its mythical lake. Starting on last April 28th, the president officially imposed export ban on crude palm oil, or CPO, and all its derivatives. Nevertheless, the president decided to lift the ban on CPO exports and its sub-products on May 23rd. Commission 7 of the House assessed the ban on CPO export was not significant.
At the House building in Jakarta, Chairperson of Commission 7 of the House, Sugeng Suparwoto, says government attempt to control high domestic cooking oil prices by prohibiting CPO export has not been successful yet. Even though the price started to drop, it still remains above the highest retail price. The export ban policy hurts the palm oil farmers even more. Local farmers suffer numerous losses due to decreased selling price of palm fresh fruit bunches. Palm oil farmers suffer billions in losses amid suspended CPO exports. Some farmers even stop producing as production cost is higher than the selling price.
Menimpa petani-petani kelapa sawit kita khususnya yang di kampung-kampung sangat kasihan kenapa tiba-tiba harga TBS tandan buah segar anjlok hancur, bahkan hari ini petani tidak lagi mau memakai tandan buah segar TBS ini kan.
Sugeng Suparwoto assessed the government should be more consistent in implementing domestic market obligation and domestic price obligation to overcome lack supply and increase price of cooking oil. Teresia and Dwi, TVR Parlemen, report.
The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah of Saudi Arabia announced the age limit under 65 years for pilgrims who will perform Hajj this year. Member of Commission 8 of the House hopes the age restriction only happens this year.
The government was finalizing various preparations for the implementation of domestic Hajj services taking place during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before leaving for Mecca and Medina this year, Indonesian pilgrims will need to meet all the Hajj requirements set by the Saudi Arabian government. At the House building Jakarta, Endang Maria requests the Ministry of Religion to provide socialization and explanation to the public, especially to the prospective Hajj participants, regarding the age restrictions. Commission 8 of the House hopes certain regulation about the age limitation could be removed next year.
Kita tidak bisa berbuat banyak, termasuk untuk petugas juga gitu ya. Namun untuk batasan umur kita memang harus memberikan pengertian kepada daerah, gitu kan? Masih bisa sabar, tahun depan semoga dia masih ada kesempatan.
Hajj departures for the first batch will begin on June 4, 2022. Ministry of Religious explained this year Indonesia will get 151 quotas of Hajj for 2022. Vinita Entemi, TVR Parlemen, report.
With almost no effort at all, pets manage to bring so much joy into human lives. They make people laugh, comforting when the owners are sick or upset and are always there no matter what. It's no wonder that an estimated 12 million households in the world choose to keep a pet.
As quoted from CNN, studies discover health benefits for owners of all kinds of pets, including birds, hamsters, fish, snakes, and even bugs. One study found people with pets were less depressed than those who receive only health advices. Pets bring people together, providing opportunities for people who may be lonely. Social connections are key to longer and happier life. Pets also offer opportunity for different generations to connect. Exposing a child to animals during the first 6 months is linked to reduced chance of asthma and allergies. Children who grow up around animals have stronger immune systems. Pet therapy to children undergoing a cancer is a common practice. Parents report children are happier and more social with the medical treatment. Horse therapy is a proven method for children with autism, physical disabilities, and mental health problems.
Vice Chairperson of Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation (BKSAP) of the House, Hafiz Thohir, received a visit from the European Union Ambassador Vincent Piquet. During the meeting, several strategic issues related to bilateral relations between Indonesia and the European Union were discussed.
Hafiz Thohir is very concerned about what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. He points out the impacts of Russia's invasion of Ukraine is likely to be felt across the world. The increase in the price of oil, gas, and staple foods, for example, cannot be separated from the result that occurred in Ukraine. Russian invasion also gave impacts on world stability and also hinder and fulfillment of the economic and social rights of the wider community, especially the vulnerable and underprivileged, as well as widen the gap between the groups. Furthermore, Hafiz says Indonesia and European Union have the same view to generate peace and create conducive situation over the conflict. Therefore, BKSAP of the House will bring the issue to encourage ceasefire in Ukraine at the P20 summit.
Ekspor, dan ini tentu saja melanggar daripada konvensi bahwa semua rakyat itu berhak mendapatkan penghidupan yang layak dan juga mendapat akses daripada makanan dan minuman. Maka dari itu saya kira dalam kaitan security kita tidak menginginkan bahwa ada embargo dan juga ada penyetopan ekspor tersebut. Ini akan mempengaruhi rakyat yang tidak ikut di dalam perang tersebut.
Hafiz added government focus to stabilize commodity prices, especially domestic cooking oil, should be examined from global perspective. Government needs to communicate and cooperate with many parties, such as European Union and with Russia. Hafiz states Indonesia still depends on certain goods produced by European countries. Distorted state budget can happen if there is 10% on cost increase. Fitian Aunila, TVR Parlemen, reports.
The Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology has recruited as many as 1 million teachers through the Contract-Based Government Employee or P3K in 2021 to 2022. The funding of P3K salary allocated from the General Allocation Fund, which then disbursed by the state budget to each region. Commission 10 of the House demands the government to carefully review this issue.
At the House building Jakarta, Hairul Amri says many local government heads complain salary budgeting of PPPK teachers has been additional burden for regional budget. Local government wish the funding program of 1 million PPPK teachers does not come from local budget. Hairul also requests the government to prioritize honorary teachers who have served for more than 20 years or those in remote regions to pass the selection of PPPK teachers this year.
Pemerintah daerah, kota, kabupaten, maupun provinsi kurang aware terhadap program itu. Nah, mereka minta semua itu program itu ada dari pusat. Nah, kita menjembatani hal itu juga berupaya bagaimana program itu dari pusat. agar kalau ini dari pusat semua jadi tidak membebani APBD. Kalau itu menjadi beban pemerintah pusat, saya yakin program 1 juta guru P3K ini pasti akan terwujud di gelombang ketiga ini.
To meet the needs of state civil apparatus teachers for government employees with work agreements in 2022, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology has opened 700,000 formation for 2022. However, until now, the local government has only proposed as many as 17.3% formation, including teachers for subject religion, cultural arts, physical education, sport and health, and kindergarten class. Regarding salary budgeting, the Ministry of Home Affairs along with the Ministry of Finance had submitted the circular letter explaining the calculation of PPPK teacher salaries in the 2021 budget year allocation. Regarding salary budgeting, the Ministry of Home Affairs along with the Ministry of Finance had submitted the circular letter explaining the calculation of PPPK teacher salaries in the 2021 budget year allocation. Nurbani, TV Parlemen, reports.
Ramang-Ramang is a name of tourist attraction offering a panoramic view of Kars Hills located in Maros, South Sulawesi province. Ramang-Ramang is listed as the third largest Kars mountain in the world after Tini in Madagascar and Shilin in China. UNESCO has also included the Ramang-Ramang Kars Mountains as one of Indonesia's World Heritage Sites.
The name of Ramang-Ramang is from the Makassar language and interpreted as clouds or fog. It can be seen from the condition of the area, which is always foggy. Ramang-Ramang is formed 30 million years ago, but for this area, it is estimated are around 40 years ago. Human footprint in the past can still be seen by a visitor through handwriting or symbol on some of the mountain walls. To reach Ramang-Ramang village, tourists must travel for 2 hours using motor vehicles from the center of Makassar city. Then, when arrived at Ramang-Ramang, visitors can rent a boat and explore the beauty of Ramang-Ramang area via Puteh River. Through this river too, tourists can visit another interesting attraction such as Telaga Bidadari, Bulu Baraka Cave, Palm Cave, Pasaung Cave, and Berua Village. Later, after arriving in Berua Village, you can do trekking around the limestone mountains. We recommend using shoes or mountain sandals to make trekking more comfortable. The condition of the paths between wet and slippery fields is indeed an obstacle.
And that's House News for today. Thank you for watching everyone and have a good day.